Oh, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today we have a super special mod going on the car today. It's the VLand headlights. Some of you may have seen my VLand taillights installed, so you guys already know that we got the VLands up in the back already. And all we pretty much needed was the front. Let's get to it. So when it comes to headlights for this car, you do have a couple options. If you do want the one with the check, there are like these Spec D ones. I think that's what it's called. You got the VLands, obviously, and then you do have 2011 plus check stock headlights, which those are going for more than like $1,000 right now, maybe even close to $1,000. But I think this is a very good option for someone who still wants to check headlights. All right, what we got in the package. It's like that one SpongeBob meme where it's taking that long for him to get the hamburger. So I'm not going to take it out of the plastic just yet. I'm not going to take the plastic wrapping off, but I will show you guys that I did end up getting the clear reflectors. There was the amber option available, but I didn't think it would look as good on the gray on my car compared to the clears. And I kind of just want to go with the clean look. And I already had the ambers on the car already, so I kind of want to switch it up just to see how it would look like. All right, so in the box, you do got both sets of headlights. You do got the driver's side, or I think this is the passenger side. And the driver's side doesn't come with a couple cords, and you do have the instructions here, which obviously do we need? Yes. Then a few connectors here. Yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so what you're gonna want to do first is you're gonna want to pop the hood so you can reveal the bumper clips, which are pretty much surrounding here. And then I believe there's a couple where the fender wall is. So let's go ahead and pop the hood, and I'll show you guys what we're pretty much removing. So now that you got the hood up, and then you got that front dust guard, whatever, in the engine off, there's gonna be two clips. So you're gonna take this one off, and then you're gonna go ahead and take this one off. Duplicate that on each side, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove this one. I believe this is a 10mm. We'll go ahead and try it, but I'll update you guys if it does change. And then we'll move on to where the ones on each fender wall will be. Alright, so I pretty much removed everything regarding the clips wise. So this one really just needed just unscrew it, and then you can pop it off with a flathead. And then this one is just really just a Phillips, and that will go here. And then for the middle one here, that one really is just a 10mm socket. Next, we'll move on to the fenders, which I don't think will that be that much of a big deal, but yeah, we'll get to that. Got some bad news. Well, maybe not bad news, but I'm looking at the fender wall, and since I do have a front lip, and it is kind of covering where the clips are on the bottom here, I will have to remove the front lip. If you guys do have one, and it is seated a little high on the front bumper, chances are you'll probably have to take off the lip to kind of undo the clips for the fender. All right, so first things first, I just want to address that yes, I changed my shirt because it was white. I didn't want to get anything on the white shirt, so yeah, that's why I changed the shirt. But so for those of you who don't have a front lip, probably don't have to worry about this, but there's a clip right here. Yeah, that clip right there. You would just need a flathead to unscrew it, but since my front lip is in the way and you do have a front lip, you will have to remove this in order to access this. That ain't it, Chief. So now that the front lip is removed, let's go ahead and turn these. You pretty much turn it until you can't turn it anymore. Turn them both clockwise and they will stop, and then you will be able to remove them and then move this fender liner. Knowing Lexus, and I should have expected more before I started this, but you're actually gonna have to take off these mud flaps in the front. So there are 3 of them. They are each a 10mm bolt. So it's not too bad. More Lexus steps like your typical Lexus install. So now that we got the front mud flaps off, we're almost done. I haven't even started installing the headlights yet, and we're still taking off the frickin' front bumper. So there is more screws. I don't know if it's screws or clips. I believe it's screws underneath the bumper. So you will have to unscrew all of them, and you're one step closer to taking off the front bumper. So there are about 7 screws underneath the front bumper that you're gonna have to remove. Last thing, I believe we just have to pull back this fender liner, and there's one more screw holding up the bumper from the front fender, and we should be able to take the front bumper off. So let's do that, and then I'll update you guys when we finish with that. You gotta kind of pull back the front bumper from the clips, and it reveals, and you're just gonna have to pull back the fender a little bit and kind of put it over where the clips are supposed to be. And then it reveals a 10mm socket here. You could just use a Phillips screwdriver, which works just fine. That's what I used. So you're gonna do that on one side, and then you're gonna replicate that on the other side. I think we should be good to go to remove the bumper. So it's going to be a little hard to film, but there are only three screws holding in the headlight. One right here towards the inner part, one at the top, and then one on the side. So let's go ahead and start unscrewing those, and then we can finally take this guy out. So now that you got all 3 screws off of the headlight, there is a kind of connector from the headlight to the car. You're going to go ahead and remove that. You can go ahead and just push on it, and then it should automatically, just disconnect it. So what you're pretty much going to need to do is you're going to need to get this bracket off at the bottom. Get that bracket off, transfer it onto the new one, and then we should be able to get the new headlight in. So now that we got the passenger side off? Now that we got the passenger side off, I have both headlights here so we can compare and kind of see what's similar, what's different. So I'll show you guys right now. All right, so obviously you can kind of tell between the two, VLand compared to the stock headlight. Obviously that one's a little more oxidized, a little more faded than this one. This one looks more clean, full LED. So you got the LED check stripe, and you have the LEDs in these squares on the VLands, which I think look pretty sick. All right, so in regards to the bracket is on the bottom side of the older headlight. So it's gonna be like this. So we're gonna be transferring this bracket right here onto the new one, which is gonna go on the bottom here. It's pretty much just, it looks like 3 bolts. So you got 1, 2, and 3. And the new one does have all 3 holes. So 1, 2, and 3. So it should be a pretty easy transfer. Once we transfer that, I believe it's good to go to put back on the car. So now that we got the bracket off, I'm just gonna leave it like this because I know that it's gonna go on exactly like this onto the new one. So now that the old bracket is on the new headlight, should be pretty good to go. All we need to do is pretty much just connect the connectors back like you just had it in the older headlight onto the new one, and cross our fingers that it works. All right, so now is probably my favorite part when it comes to new parts. It's taking off the plastic. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay. But it's so nice. If you guys are on the fence about getting some, just do it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's on the car now. Oh, it looks so good. Okay. I'm gonna put the screws back so my brother doesn't have to hold the bumper, and then get everything connected. We'll turn it on, we'll see if it works. All right, so you guys probably seen, if you do have an IS, you guys obviously know how stock headlights look like. You guys probably see it driving around. But the biggest test is turning on the headlights and seeing if it works.
Oh, it works.
It does?
Yeah, it works.
How does it look?
It's bright. The left side is on. Oh, it's on.
It's on? Alright, so you guys already saw us do the passenger side and looks really good. I don't think there's any point in us showing you guys what to do already because it's really just the complete opposite just on the driver's side. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this done. We got both headlights in and they look pretty damn good. So I'll show you guys how it looks like without the bumper on. So overall, very, very solid. It looks pretty good. We can't really get a good look until we put the actual bumper on. But overall, for the most part, the signals work and the low beam headlights work. You just have to remove a fuse in the fuse box, which I'm not too worried about because the box actually comes with directions on which fuse to remove. So it took us a while, but we finally got the front bumper back on. The job isn't really that hard. It's just very tedious. So if you guys are planning to do this, it's not a hard job to do. It's just you want to allocate some time to do it. All right, guys, so I might have made, I don't want to say it was a big mistake, but It's a very amateur mistake, which kind of am, to be honest. Forgot to plug in the fuse, and I forgot to take out the fuses, which I thought was which I thought I was gonna do after and not before anything. Supposed to take out the fuse and plug in that cable to each headlight, which I kind of put on the full bumper already. Just to let you guys know now, make sure you do the fuses before you put the bumper back on, and it'll be fine. We're almost there. We're almost there. It wouldn't be my video if I didn't do something wrong or we didn't run into an issue, so it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I don't know how long this video is. I'm gonna take a guess and say it's gonna be a pretty long video, but if you guys stayed this long, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys did stay this long, give this video a big thumbs up, because you might as well since you guys stayed this long. So yeah, thank you. All right, so that went quicker than expected because I freaking did it like twice already. Took off the bumper, I took off the headlight, and I'm gonna show you guys what I made the mistake on and what I needed to connect. So the connection in the back of the headlight is actually this one. In the fuse cable that it came with, you're gonna connect it to the shorter one if it is on the driver's side. It's pretty much gonna go in there. All right, so now that I got it connected, I already connected the fuse to the fuse box in the driver's side part of the car and the engine. And then based on the diagram, you're gonna wanna take out this guy right here. You guys will get this in the package that it came in, so don't worry about this. You guys don't have to worry about that for now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the fuse in the inside of the car and test it out before I put back anything.
A few moments later.
All right, took a while to put everything back together, but everything's back together. So looking real good, looking real spicy. So the only thing I was waiting for is for the check lights to come on. And right as I turn on the car, my brother said that the checks turn on. So now that they're on, it looks really good. I'm gonna take it around the block just to see how it turns out. So I'm gonna give the camera to my brother. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for today's video. But let me know what you guys think of the headlights in the comment section down below. I think they look pretty good. I wanna get some fogs. Alright, so give me your guys' opinion. Should I match it with the color of the headlights, like a LED type, or should I go yellow? Let me know your suggestions in the comment section down below as well, whether I should go white or whether I should go yellow, because they both look pretty fine. But yeah man, if you guys like this video, give this video a big thumbs up, and if you guys aren't already, subscribe to the channel down below, because we will be doing more stuff with this car. I do have a couple mods lined up and a few videos lined up as well, so if you guys are interested in that stuff, definitely subscribe to the channel, man. I hope you guys are staying safe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.